Hi, just a quick heads up. At the 10-minute mark, for about 2.5 minutes, you're going to hear some background noise that's pretty loud. That's my furnace. Just bear with me. I was going to try and edit it out or do a voiceover, and I've decided to just keep in the original. So be patient. Bear with me, and thank you so much for being here. Here comes the actual start of the video. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 6. The topic for today is the types of pain that can trigger your healing process. So I'll be talking about the different types of pain that can trigger healing, as well as telling my own story of what brought me to the healing journey. And I'll be doing a little meditation at the end with some light sound healing as well, so stick around. So pain, yeah, isn't that something we try to avoid? Makes us uncomfortable, brings us distress. But the pain is where the healing is found. So I'm going to talk about that. And some people ask, well, how can I heal when I'm in so much pain? And I'll be talking about that as well. So here's a couple quotes I found that I thought were appropriate. And this first one here, I think you've seen and heard it before. But the wound is the place where the light enters. So true, the healing comes through that door of pain. And another quote I found says, healing never came when I clawed in search of it. Instead, it came when I was willing to listen to the lesson that the pain was here to teach me. That's attributed to a woman named Lauren Fortenberry. So, as I mentioned in a past video about working through and getting past difficult memories and experiences, we have to go through the pain and look at it very closely to find the lesson and the wisdom that comes with that lesson. So the dark places that we try to avoid, the dark corners of our mind and our heart where the pain dwells, is the exact place that we need to look at. And I know it's hard. I know it is. But hopefully I'll give you some tips today that'll help you, guide you toward that healing process and how to face those demons and how to look in the dark corners. Our pain is the greatest teacher, and from our pain we learn forgiveness, patience, perspective, humility, wisdom, insight, a love for humanity, and ultimately a love for ourselves. So our pain is not to be ignored. It's a signal that all is not right in our spiritual, emotional, and or mental health state. It's a warning sign. It's telling us that there's something that we need to address in order to become a better version of ourselves. So what are the types of pain that can trigger healing? Well, one of the most obvious, I feel, would be emotional pain. Heartbreak, grief, anxiety, and depression can all bring us to our knees, which ultimately leads to the first step in healing. Trauma can initiate healing when past events are looked at closely, understood, processed, as I mentioned about working past the pain and looking for the lesson and the wisdom. Self-reflection is a big, big part of facing our pain and walking through this healing journey. Without self-reflection and an honest look at ourselves and our experiences, we're not able to heal. But types of self-reflection that can trigger this healing process would be an identity crisis, self-doubt, questioning our purpose, and looking for deeper levels of self-discovery. Challenges in our relationships with ourselves and with others can also trigger us into a healing process. By exploring our patterns, our behaviors, our communication styles, and our need to set healthy boundaries, we can trigger the healing process. Existential angst. In other words, contemplating life's meaning, our place in life, our mortality. Existential angst is an inner exploration and a quest for deeper meaning within ourselves and our place in the world around us. And addiction and dependency can also trigger a healing process. It's by confronting underlying issues that we are able to delve into the healing and get past addictions and dependencies. So remember that if you're suffering from any severe depression, addictions, anger, sadness, any deep emotions that you're struggling with and you're not finding that you're able to deal with it on your own, please ask for help. There are plenty of professionals out there in your area that are ready and willing to help you. But the biggest step and the hardest step is asking for the help, and I know because I've been there myself. I'm going to pause the video for just a moment and then I'll tell you my story. My story. Well, all our stories begin at birth, right? But it was about 10, 12 years ago when I was experiencing some physical pain that was not able to be diagnosed through traditional medical approaches of testing and evaluations. And around this time, I had, over the course of a couple of years, suffered two great losses. My best friend, who also was my sister-in-law, lost her life to breast cancer, and a couple of years later, my mom passed away. And these two people were my anchors. They were my secret keepers. And when they crossed over, I sunk into a deep state of depression. So for about a year, I didn't get off the couch. Our dog had destroyed our couch, and instead of buying a new couch, I went ahead and moved a twin bed down into the space where the couch had been in the living room. And I took to that bed. And I stayed there for about a year, watching old movies, eating junk food, feeling depressed and sad, and wondering where my strength was going to come from, because I had really relied on my friend and my mom as my two best friends, as my support and my backbone. So deep depression and triggered by loss and grief. About a year into the depression is when the hashtag Me Too movement showed up. And my initial reaction to that was, no, we don't talk about this stuff. But as you know, it came to the forefront of our culture, and it was kind of the universe's way of telling me personally that it was time to deal with some pretty severe trauma from past abuse and assaults. So the depression actually got worse before it got better, but I had about a week where I actually felt suicidal. I was in so much anguish over the memories and the things that were coming to the surface from past pain, plus the depression and grief over having lost my loved ones. And I considered taking my life. But I didn't, obviously. So I got myself into psychotherapy. I realized in the deepest depths of my heart that I needed help. This was not something that I was going to overcome on my own. And I went into traditional therapy and did that for probably 4 or 5 months. And my therapist recommended that I try some holistic therapies to address, because I was still having this physical pain that no one could diagnose. And she brought forward the idea that possibly I had some blocked energy from past traumas that might be released through the modality of acupuncture. So never having tried that before, and not getting any luck with diagnosis in the traditional medical field, I decided to try it. So I went to acupuncture for a few times. And if you've ever had it, you know that they stick these tiny little needles in you. It's not really supposed to hurt when they put them in, but the area where I was having the pain when she put the needle in, I had severe pain and about flew off the table. And this woman said, "Julie, I think you've got some past trauma, some stuck energy. Have you ever tried Reiki?" Well, I'd never heard of Reiki at that point. I had no idea what it was, but found out that it was working with the chakra system and your energies, helping to release any blocked or stuck energies. So I tried the Reiki, and after several sessions, the practitioner offered to do a past life regression on me. At the time, I was still pretty strongly Christian, not so much spiritual. So So even though I've been curious about past lives, I wasn't sure what to make of that, but I was willing to try anything at that point to eliminate this pain that I've been having. So without going into all the details, I'll tell you that we did the past life regression, and I was able to find not only the lifetime that caused the injury, but we were able to release it. And the lesson in that whole experience was forgiveness, and it wasn't just forgiveness of the experience, but ultimately forgiveness of myself for blaming myself for bad things happening to me. And I've done that my entire life in this lifetime. If I hadn't gone to that bar, if I hadn't gone to that party, if I hadn't said yes to that date, somehow in my mind I had it twisted and I was making it all my fault. Well, after I did the past life regression and resolved that self-forgiveness, I never had the pain again. It worked. So not only did I do the past life regression, but over the course of this several-year span, I also took a trip to India, which was a huge milestone for me, a big turning point. It took several months after the trip of reflection to figure out what was the actual point of that trip. It was a goodwill mission, and I did some good work over there. But it turns out that trip was for me to learn that the strength that I had relied on with my friend and my mom, I had within me the whole time. That was huge for me. So I started learning techniques for self-care. Started meeting more and more people in the healing professions and the healing modalities, primarily holistic. People who supported me, listened to me, helped me along my path with words of encouragement and love and support. And little by little and step by step, trauma by trauma, I worked through as much as I could over the next several years. And ultimately, my Reiki practitioner suggested that I take the training and I become a Reiki healer as well. So I did, and I found out that sound healing is one of the tools used in Reiki, and that's why I am now a certified sound healing practitioner as well. So for a lot of us, through the pandemic and lockdown, there were some big unexpected changes that came about from that. And for me, it was a closing of my business, my music therapy practice, and getting fully trained as a sound healing practitioner and Reiki master. And now starting up this YouTube channel along with several other projects that I have going on. But through the process of the healing, I found my purpose. And part of that purpose is to be here with you right now. I hope that you'll find some bits of wisdom in here, something to encourage you, to help move you forward. I'm always open to questions, suggestions, and comments. So for the next bit of the video, I'm going to do a meditation with you, and I'm going to not use all of my instruments. We're going to go light on the singing bowls and do a guided meditation with you for a few minutes. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, if you're not already, please get yourself in a comfortable position. Either reclining or laying down, seated comfortably with as few distractions as possible. So if you've got the TV on, turn it off. It's only going to take a few minutes. We're not going to spend too much time on the meditation, but I wanted to make sure to get you a meditation in here today. Snuggle in, get comfortable. Go ahead and close your eyes. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the mouth, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale fully. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhaling deeply through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the intention that you're open to release and begin connecting to your higher self, looking for direction toward healing. Take another deep breath in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Right between your eyebrows is the location of your third eye. This is your intuition, your inspiration, your imagination center. Focus on that third eye and see it in your mind's eye opening. It's a spiral of energetic flow of the dark blue indigo color. We're opening our third eye to receive insight and inspiration toward what you need in your healing journey. So see that third eye opening. Releasing and letting go of whatever is blocked there for you so you may receive the insight and inspiration that is needed. Deep breath in. Relax as you exhale. Allow a sense of unconditional love to flow within and around you. With the third eye now open, in your mind's eye, see your heart chakra, colored in green and pink for love and healing. And watch as the center of that heart chakra opens, allowing the unconditional love to flow freely. Opening to release what no longer serves. Setting the intention to receive what is needed and releasing all that no longer serves. Setting the intention to allow the healing process to flow. The universe and God see fit to place the right people on your path to help you along this journey. So open your heart and mind to the guidance and support that the universe will provide. Be patient. Allow yourself grace, knowing this is not a race or a marathon. It's a process. And with each step you take on this healing journey, you'll be strengthened for the next step. So you'll be given what you need along the way to help you as you approach each obstacle. It is a process. And once begun, never ending. But you will gain strength and you will gain wisdom. And you'll start to learn and know what your truth is. And what your purpose is. So be patient with yourself. Some days are going to be really hard. It's a day. It's just a day. You can get through it. Have grace for yourself. That unconditional love that we were surrounded and filled with earlier is ever present. Remember that. Thanks for joining me today. Happy holidays, everyone. I'll see you again soon.